know, you guys are telling me I'm supposed to be making money online, and all I'm doing is spending money online. What's going on? If that's the way you feel, this video is for you. Hi and welcome back. I'm George Pearson. This video is about one of my favorite ways to create traffic. Twitter used to be my favorite way. It's slipping a little bit only because Pinterest right now is red hot. I'm going to share with you a way that you can use Pinterest to generate some very serious amounts of traffic. What I want to do with this video is the first of 4 videos. The first video is going to be about creating the pins. We're going to get into the basics of creating the pins and where to get the images and the tools that I use, and these are free tools and so on. But I'm also going to get into how to make those clickable. A little bit of the psychological and other factors that might enter into this creation process that will help your pins be more clickable. And of course, what you're going to discover in this video is going to also help you with thumbnails or headers or banners or Instagram, etc. So it's going to help you in more ways than just Pinterest. The video number 2 is going to be about how you can join groups on Pinterest. Third video is going to be on a way that you can automate your pins for free. And then the 4th video is how to automate this using paid tool. The benefit is that it's going to mean a lot more visitors if you're trying to build a website, or a lot more viewers if you're trying to build a YouTube channel, or both. Before we get to the creation part, I want to remind you that this channel is about growing a YouTube channel and making money online. If either of those are of interest to you, subscribe and ring the bell, and that way you won't miss out on these videos. So let's get right to creating images for Pinterest, thumbnails, Instagram, and so on. Let's get right to it. All right, I've taken us to a site called Unsplash, and I'll leave a link below. This is one of the sites that I use in order to get the images that I use. I like Unsplash, but the problem with Unsplash is that you're going to have to, you don't have to, but you should resize the pin. You can only download basically an image. In other words, if I click on this, if you want to download this image, it's going to have to be a lot of pixels. And I happen to be a content marketer, so a lot of pixels is not necessarily what I want because it tends to slow things down. I'm going to show you another trick that I do, and that's to use a site called Imgur, which puts these images on another site. So, but Unsplash is an extremely good site. It just doesn't allow you to cut that down. Now you can cut your pixels down by using Paint, and simply put the image in Paint, resize the image, and so forth. So that's Unsplash. The other site that I like very much is Pixabay. And Pixabay is what I'm using for a pin, and you should be able to see that pin right now. And how I got that pin is I simply put in kids laughing, and kids laughing is usually a pretty easy way, and this is the one that I picked. I can choose any of these if I want to. These are all free to use except for the very top. This top row is sponsored by Shutterstock, or it could be sponsored by other image sites, but this is by Shutterstock. So these images here are not free to use, but anything below these images are all free to use, and I do not need any attribution, so I can use them as I wish, any way that I wish. Now, the reason why I chose this image is that it was real easy to use. First off, it's a kid laughing, which is a pretty good way to what I call break the ice or grab attention. And the kid is to the left side, could be the left or right, and I can actually switch this or flip this in a tool that I'm going to share with you in a moment. But because it's on the side, I've got plenty of room over here for my text without having to kind of mess around, you might say. Now, I've got tools to take any image and make it wider and so on, but I want to show you how to do it with a free tool. So this makes it real easy, real quick, real simple. So I simply clicked on the image, and I'm not going to download it again, but I want to show you that when you click on the image, then you can, it is a free download. You simply click the free download, and then you can resize it, and I want the smaller, typically I want the smaller one. And part of the reason is that's 55 instead of as much as 2.6 megabytes. And I do this primarily, so I've already downloaded this, but I would click, I would download it, then, and that is actually, I don't know if you can see it, no you can't, all right, this is boy, that's below where you can see on this, but it's boy. So then, after I download the image, let me go to a site called Pixlr. You can see this image, this is how I did it. I downloaded that boy, I dragged it on here, create new image. So I drag the image, or I can download the image. Now I can go to text. I can also resize the image. There's all kinds of tools here. I can crop the image. I can change the coloration. There's all kinds of things that I can do. And the first thing I'm going to do is change the text to Arial or Georgia. Georgia will work. Change the text to Georgia because it's easy to read. Pinterest. Traffic. I can get fancy and I can do you will and make love another, and so I'm just doing this more for speed. I need to, of course, change the color. Let's see, let's go with green this time. Green. You will love Pinterest traffic. Let's see if we can do a little bigger font. Outline. You will love Pinterest traffic. Not happy with the green. Better. Better. All right. And I want Pinterest. I have gone, let's go back to Pixabay. And I'm going to type in Pinterest, which I've already done. But and the reason why I type in that, I want the Pinterest logo. And the logo that I'm getting, I can use any of these logos and use them for free. I'm going to use a different logo. I think that will work. So I'm going to download it. I'm going to use the smallest version, which is plenty because I'm actually going to shrink it. And photo editor. Okay, now I'm done with the text for the moment. Add an image. Browse. Downloads. I'm going to click on icon, which is the Pinterest image. There is the Pinterest image. I'll go back to the text. And maybe now I'm going to shrink that. Make it a little smaller. You'll love Pinterest traffic. And then I simply save Pinterest traffic. Pinterest free traffic. File name. I want to name that file. That helps the search engines know what that is about. And that's going to help get more views. The more views we get to the pin, the better off we are. Then I've taken us to Imgur, IMGUR. There'll be a link below. And Imgur is the site where I store my images. And I want to show you what I do on Imgur because it also can generate additional traffic. And this you will need to do. We have this one, Pinterest from A to Z. I'm going to do a new post. I want to do a new post. I'll click on new post. I'm going to drag this Pinterest free traffic on here. Just drag and drop. That should do it. And then I have this. I want to give it a title. Now this is another way to get traffic. Pinterest. For the best free traffic, use interest, learn more, post to community. So we've got an eye-catching image. We've got Pinterest. We're identifying, and you will love Pinterest traffic. So we are identifying problem and solution in a sense. Certainly creating interest. You will love Pinterest traffic. If they're not getting Pinterest traffic, getting enough. There's other images as well that we can use. Certainly, there's plenty of ways that we can present this. So, and what this is going to do, of course, what these pins are going to do is link back to this video. So it's going to drive viewers to this video. We're not quite done because there's one more thing that we need to have, especially on Pinterest, and that is a call to action. So we want to either have a click here, click for free training, or repin. We want to have a call to action. Whenever there is a logo, a Pinterest logo, we have to have a call to action. That's part of the rules, as well as a link. If you like what you've seen so far, be sure to give us a like. In fact, if you give us a like and a comment, that will qualify you for our shout-out drawing. Shout out, shout out. I love to give shout-outs. There'll be a link below to the shout-out drawing rules. And the next thing I want to share with you very briefly is a way to get more clicks. And the way to do that is pretty simple. You need to identify. And by identify, you want to either identify the problem, the need, or the desire. They've got a problem, they've got a need, or they have a desire. And the next is offer a solution or offer a promise of a solution. And then, of course, the call to action. Third step is your call to action, and typically that's click here to learn more, click to learn more, or it could be repin. Those are 3 simple steps, and they will explode your clicks. Even if you do this manually, I think you're going to find that Pinterest is amazing, and you're going to want to come back and learn more. It's certainly, if your results manually are this good, well, wow, what would they be if I automate? If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. In fact, you're also welcome to join our mailing list. There's a link below to our mailing list, and the reason why you might want to do that as well is the mailing list, you can be the idea of the mailing list is that you're going to get notified by email when these videos come out. So if you're watching this video and you're waiting for the next video, YouTube's wonderful, but they don't always let us know when these videos come out. My mailing list will let you know when the next video comes out. And as an incentive, as a thank you for joining, I'm going to give you a couple of free audio tracks, and there's plenty of audio on each track. These are tracks that you can use commercially. There's no need for attribution. I do want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Allow me to wish you much success.